My name's Chase, and I'm a recovering heroin addict. I've been clean for about a year now. I got clean on Mother's Day of 2016, and that was after a relapse. Before that, I'd gotten clean. My old clean day was October 3rd of 2014, but I relapsed, and unfortunately, relapse is a very, very real thing. Heroin, when it grabs you, it's really hard to get off of it. Believe me. The first time I did it, I was 20, I want to say 25, and it just progressed from there. And didn't take long after that. I overdosed quite a few times. I think the last time that I overdosed, I actually had a massive stroke, and landed me in the hospital for about a week. I had to go to speech therapy for 6 months, and I still didn't get clean. Kept getting high. And it pretty much took me to the point where I was homeless. My family didn't want to talk to me anymore, didn't have any friends, and I was living in my car and living in a Food Lion parking lot for a long time. And it just drugged me to some places that I never thought that I would be, you know. And I think that most people, when they think about addiction, especially heroin, they have this misconception of what it is. They see this person that grew up in a bad family, is living under bridges, and just didn't know any better, and not the kind of addict. I grew up in a pretty good family. I grew up in a nice house with a family that loves me, with 2 older brothers, and I didn't have an excuse to get high. I just liked it. And it started with me drinking. I started drinking when I was 13 years old. I started smoking weed. Next thing I know, I'm taking pills, taking Xanax, painkillers and all that. And then before I even knew it, I had a needle in my arm. It is a very progressive disease. If you can classify depression, bipolar, psychosis, and all that as a legitimate disease, then addiction is a disease. It is incurable, it is progressive and fatal. And there's only a few places that you can end if you don't quit. It's going to end up in jail, end up in rehab, or you're going to die. That's it. I've lost more people than I can count on hands and toes, from especially heroin. As a matter of fact, 2 months ago, my roommate died of a heroin overdose in the bathroom at the mall at Four Seasons. And it just makes it seem like, it makes you realize how real it is. And it's a very scary thing. And it's everywhere. You know, I grew up in Winston, I live in Greensboro now, and everybody knows somebody that's affected by heroin. I don't think I look like an addict. You know, like, I don't think that I look like what people think that they think an addict looks like. You know, I don't know, I try to dress nice and all that kind of stuff, and you wouldn't think for 1 second that I would go into the bathroom and shoot heroin. But I did it for a long time, and it cost my family a whole lot of pain and a lot of people, you know. And I remember my daddy told me whenever I was going out on my runs that he would leave his phone off the hook because he didn't want to get that phone call, and he wanted to be able to sleep through the night without getting a call saying that I had died or I'd been to jail again. I mean, I don't think that I'm a bad person. Like, I don't think that I was ever really a bad person. I just made some really, really bad decisions. I did a lot of really bad things. I spent most of 2012 in jail. I think it's funny that most of my charges had nothing to do with drugs, but they had everything to do with drugs. I think I had 1 drug charge for weed when I was like 21, but I have larceny charges, I have assault charges, all kinds of fail to appear charges, and they had everything to do with addiction. And so I just feel that the drugs are just a symptom of the disease. It's everything that goes along with it. It's everything that was wrong in me that made me want to do all these drugs, and I couldn't stop. Couldn't stop. And so believe me when I tell you that heroin does not discriminate. It doesn't care what you look like. Doesn't care where you're from. No one is immune.